Everyone, welcome back to the Money Talks with Andy channel. So today I wanted to cover the top 3 secrets to real estate investing success. And it's not going to be a long video, I promise. Of course, do your due diligence, and as always, make sure you manage that risk. By the way, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not qualified to give any advice whatsoever. So definitely do your research and due diligence on that, on any investment you make. Okay, let's get started. So the first secret, then, it's kind of an open secret in the real estate world. It's to use other people's money or leverage. Now this can be private lenders, hard money lenders, some call it, private investors, or more typically for the retail investor, it will be looking at financing from a bank, okay, where they lend you a certain amount of money to invest. In those cases, usually you would have to put in some capital, so some capital to fund the part of the deal. The banks definitely won't lend you the full amount. Well, that typically isn't how they do it. But never say never. So definitely check with, for example, a mortgage broker. They'll be the most qualified to help you. My second secret is be cautious. Okay, if you decide to use other people's money, you need to make sure that the numbers still stack up, the cash flow is maintained. So when you borrow money, you will more than likely, I say more than likely, it's almost guaranteed that you will have to pay some amount of interest. But I can hear people saying, "Oh, but Andy, it's really low interest right now. You know, the banks have slashed interest rates." That is definitely true at the moment. Okay, so the banks have reduced their interest rates, and it's at decades low right now. So it makes sense for some people to borrow more, but borrowing more means you have a higher debt burden, okay, which means you got more to pay back at the end of the term. You got to consider that. Now, although the mortgage interest is reduced, which might ironically increase your cash flow, which is a great thing, excuse me, although cash flow is increased or maintained with a lower interest rate, what happens when we come out of the recession in 2 or 3 years' time, or 5 years' time, or however long it takes? You know, interest rates might go up. Are you able to maintain that property, that level of cash flow, if interest rates go up? So that's something you've got to consider. Something else you must have, I mentioned this in my previous video, go check it out if you haven't, healthy rainy day fund and risk management. You need a healthy amount of cash. And this is for unexpected events. So let's say the tenant refuses to leave at the end of the tenancy. You know, that might go into a long, drawn-out legal process. What happens if the tenant decides to damage your property? You'll have to fix it before you can rent it out again. Or how about, you know, weather damage, hurricanes, fires, or whatever it is, something you can't foresee. So all this leads back to your risk management and being cautious, okay? Now, my third secret is diversify. You have to diversify once you get rolling, okay? Don't have everything concentrated in the same location. The types of rentals, so right now we're going through a pandemic. We have to be careful. Everyone has to stay safe, but university towns have been hit very hard. Some city centers in the most famous of cities, have been hit very hard. So if you have all your rentals concentrated in those locations, you will probably get affected somehow, So my suggestion is completely different and uncorrelated sectors or investments. So that for me would be diversification. My personal favorite is the stock market. So for example, the S&P 500 has been growing for the past 100 years or more, and it will likely continue to grow. Again, it's not financial advice. Please consult qualified professionals. That's just my view. But it's important to diversify once you get the ball rolling. Okay. Now, if you've enjoyed any of this, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I'm not done yet, so stay tuned. One more slide, and I want to share with you that I am working on a project, and I will share the details in the coming weeks once it's ready. Okay, so stay tuned for that. Now, don't forget, again, to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and that's today's video, the top 3 secrets to real estate investing success. I hope everyone has a great day. Till the next video.